Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, we're going to be talking about loops, specifically the while loop. So let's start with the question, what are loops and what are they used for? So loops execute a block of code as long as the specified condition is true. Loops are a fundamental piece of programming. They are really important and powerful. So this is the syntax of the while loop. The keyword is while. Inside of here we have condition, inside the parentheses, then we open curly braces, and everything inside the curly braces is going to get executed as long as this condition is true. So let me show you an example real quick. So say we do while and we put here true, and inside here we'll say console.write line, hey, I am here. Now we're going to run this. So while this is true, it's going to execute this. So meaning, since this is true and this is never going to change, pretty much this is going to execute forever. This is where we fall into a infinite loop. But let's run it real quick. Okay, and you see how the scroll bar is going, it's going, and it's never finishing because this is true and it's never changing. And like I said, it would execute the block for as long as this condition is true. In this case, it's always true, so it's just going to execute forever. This is called an infinite loop, and whenever you write your loops, you have to be careful to not fall into this state. So let's kill this. So let's now use a variable instead of using this hard-coded true value. So let's say we do an integer number and we start at 0. And we say while number is less than, say, 10, we want to console write line here. So we're going to say the number is, and we're going to write number. So if we run this, since it's 0, 0 is less than 10, it's just going to print this an infinite amount of times, right? So what we got to do is we have to increment this. So let's say number plus plus. If you guys remember, number plus plus, it equals number plus 1, which is the same as saying number plus equals 1. There's three things mean the same thing pretty much. Okay, so let's run it now. And there you go. It starts at 0 and then it comes here and it says, is number less than 10? Yes it is. And it writes this line, which is write 0, and then it adds 1. Next time it's going to be 1 less than 10, so on and so forth. So it's going to print all of those values. Now, to make it a little more interactive and give you a different example, let's prompt the user to enter any message they want, and we're going to write that to the console. And if they enter the word exit, we're just going to stop the program. So let's write console.write line, enter any message you want, and the word, I'll say in parentheses, enter exit to quit program. Okay. Right here I'll say console.write, I'll say message, and I'll do a string input or message equals to console.read line, and let's print that out. Right, and say the message you entered. Okay, message. Okay, so let's run this real quick just to see if the flow works. let's run this. So enter a message. This is so cool. The message you entered. This is so cool. Okay. Now let's put this in a loop. So how do we do that? So I can write it down here and then we can move it around. But basically, while message is not equals to exit, we want to execute whatever is inside this block of code, right? Because we said if they write exit, we're just gonna get out, right? Essentially. So we're gonna get a read line, and depending on what they put, we're going to exit the program or not. So what we can do is we can move all this stuff out and put it inside here. Depending whether we want to write this thing each time or not, we can leave it inside the loop or outside. And since message doesn't exist, let's create that variable outside. And for now, message is just going to be empty. So let's put equals to just an empty string. Okay, so the first time message is just going to be an empty string. So message will not be equals to exit. This will make it true. So it'll come in here and it will print this. Then it will print this, prompt the user to enter something. So they're going to enter a message, and then we're going to say the message you entered. And then here we're going to say bye-bye. All right, let's run this. Okay, so it says enter any message you want, enter exit to quit program. So say we do loops are so cool. So it says the message you entered, loops are so cool, and then it prompts again, enter any message you want, enter exit to quit program. Say we do exit, or say do not exit, is going to prompt again because the message is not equals to exit. Now let's type exit. And it says the message you enter was exit. Next time it goes around, message does equal exit, which makes it false, and it gets out of the loop and prints bye-bye. So remember, as long as the condition is true, the loop will execute. So at some point you have to make it false so that eventually when the condition is false, it just gets out of the loop and you can just continue on with your program. If you never exit the loop, then you're going to have an infinite loop like I showed you on the first example. Just keep that in mind. Loops take a little bit of time to wrap your head around, so I suggest you practice and do different problems. And yeah, next video I'm going to show you the do while loop. I'll see you in the next one.